So the point is, my excuse is I was trying to go for an atmospheric kind of environment to focus on the candle. This is me apologising for yesterday's service. I thought it was just, you know, clever, whereas it just turns out it was just really underlit. Suppose if you are trying to put over the point um, of a nice atmosphere, then it had its advantages. Unfortunately, I was trying to emphasise the candle, and what I ended up emphasising was the darkness of the world. So the point is, and this convoluted apology does actually very nicely segue into the actual thought for the day. Um, Look what Jackie got. This was sent to her by June, who is another. Well, she's in the home economics department, and because my wife is a home economics teacher. And so I guess one could say, after the darkness, the rainbows appear, but that's probably pushing it a bit too far. Basically, I made a mistake yesterday. I won't make it again. I'll keep the lights on next time, and well, we won't be doing Light of the World, so we probably won't have that problem. In any case, the point is, this is really really clever. This is hand delivered, handmade COVID-19 warrior. So she's not basically. It was just a nice touch because she can't. She's not working in the NHS. She can't do the kind of direct help. But Jackie, my wife, is a key worker, um, and basically she's supporting the people who are key workers. And so, as you can tell, the symbol that has been being used for lots and lots of folk, um, I'm sorry, by lots of folk, is the fact that they've been hanging um, rainbows in their window. And as a consequence, it was well, first it was a gift, then it was just recognition that there's lots of people with rainbows. But I guess it is probably just worth recognizing. Is worth stating. Nowadays, rainbows can be, shall we say, utilized in symbolic use by all kinds of groups and all kinds of people with all kinds of objectives. The point is this: I'm just saying the original, the first, the actual biblical source of the rainbow story is the fact that after the flood, after the difficulty, the stress, the decision on God's part to basically scrap the human race and start again, um, the rainbow is there as a sign of an absolute promise that God has made. That however bad things were in terms of humanity's inability to get on with humanity, God would never ever again wipe out humanity. Probably worth bearing in mind that particular promise in this particular era, at this time of lockdown, when things can seem quite bad. And what I recognise listening to the various folks, in terms of Nicola Sturgeon and Boris Johnson and the various kind of experts who are there to try and kind of fill out the pattern as to what coming out of lockdown is going to look like. The fact is, for people who are being shielded at the moment, people who are in their 70s and 80s and 90s, for people who have various kind of pre-existing conditions that are basically going to make the respiratory system a bit more vulnerable and their immune system a bit more, not quite as adept at fighting off the virus. What's clear is, until we have a vaccine, I don't think folks who are being shielded are going to get out much. Whether they've got a mask on or whether they don't have a mask on. In other words, the dark times are still very much to the fore for certain folk. And so while people, especially key workers who have never stopped, and some people who are more busy than they've ever been, specifically because, lockdown is a reality. In other words, if you deliver for Amazon, you must be busier now than you've ever been in your puff. And so from that point of view, there's dark times economically, but for those who can get out, I think it's worth recognizing that there is a promise in this rainbow, in the rainbows that you see around various folks' houses, in the reality that originally, God decided that things were so bad, he had to deal with the problem in an irrevocable way. He is never going to deal with us in that fashion ever again. What he's going to do is show compassion. As the Psalms say, our wrongdoing, that which is bad within us, is taken so far as the east is away from the west. And so when we're tempted to imagine this is just a nightmare that's never going to end, then we need to remember God's promise, especially at that time. Hang on to God's promises and go with God, because I know he goes with you.